Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Cat's Cottage. Nice cup of coffee this morning. Oh, okay, I got my timer set. I got this at a state sale, and I got it set for 10 minutes. Y'all hear the train? It's a block away from me, or two blocks away from me. If you live near a train, after a while you get used to it. Kind of like having a big clock in your house. You don't hear it anymore. Once you have it a while, you don't even hear it. Or a cuckoo clock, something like that. But yeah. Okay. Well, I'll probably get up to something today. I walked outside yesterday and just looked around, and I did bring a few plants over to the greenhouse to put them in, but also noticed that my little seedlings are up about like that. Looks like I might have planted them too thick, but I figured I was doing that. But anyway, they're up, and I got to get busy and get the plastic on there. How many of y'all are uh, gardening? How many of y'all are putting in winter crops? Cold crops, uh, broccoli, cabbages, turnip greens, mustard greens. You cook turnip greens and mustard greens together because they're both bitter, and that mustard green takes the bitter out of the turnip greens. Well, that's what I was always told, and it works. So, but anyway, I got both of those growing, and I need to get back over there to the hardware store. Why those seeds are $1 a big bag, you know, for next spring. But I do have some kind of lettuce out there. I was really aiming for that lettuce. Um, I do buy little salads and sit them on the side of my plate now. Those pre-made ones. Um, but I'd like to get some salad, lettuce growing out there. I'll spit it out in a minute. Okay, well, let me light my candle. This is the mulberry tree. Mulberry tree. I cut down a mulberry tree in the back accidentally. This is mulberry. Yeah, after I cut it down, I realized what I'd done. I was cutting it down because it like so, be on the neighbor's house. And I thought I need to cut this down before it gets much bigger. And I cut it down, and then I looked at it, and it had mulberries all over it. Oh my goodness. Mulberry trees is what you want. Well, you can make salads. Salads, jellies and things out of them, and it'll attract birds to your yard. That's what they depend on for food. But anyway, that's what I got going, what I got coming up, and I'm, you know, uh, those old hardware stores got some good seeds. Uh, you can keep them a while. You can keep seeds for a while, and as long as they're dry, you know. Uh, but anyway, I'd like to order me some Vidalia sets because I'm having trouble finding them. I want to get me some onions in there. So, but we'll see. We'll see about that. Yeah, I think it is time for me to get out of the house. I hadn't been out of the house in a few days, and I need to get out. Um, Maybe go over to the hardware store and look around. Let me explain something. Oh, I went hunting with my husband. I put a hunting picture up there of me. I went hunting about 3 years in a row until my back ruptured. And he had had heart surgery. And some of you know about how that is, and some of you do. Anyway, he still wanted to hunt, so I decided to go with him. And I carried most things, and that's how I put my back on out. But anyway, and I can't say I didn't try to shoot a deer, because I sure did, but I never shot one. In all that time hunting, never shot one. It ain't that I didn't try, so I can't sit here and pretend that I wasn't trying to shoot one. You know, if you do a little research into that, you might find that deer don't live very long at all. And when you got families around that have a lot of kids, they'll take that deer meat and cook it. I don't eat deer meat. When I was growing up, my daddy'd slip off into the woods and stuff, and I don't know what he was trying to feed us, but I know he sure was trying. I ate rabbit as a kid. Uh, I don't know. One time he tried to get me to eat some rattlesnake, and I wasn't going to do it. Um, but I don't eat any wild animals at all. So after I grew up, I said I would never do that anymore. I was forced to do that, to survive. Uh, my dad was from Mississippi, so he knew how to hunt. He didn't mind killing things, and he I'd go snooping around and see what kind of fur that was around. All I saw was rabbit, so I knew that's all he was killing. But anyway, um, my daddy was a seaman, so I'm sure he had been around and ate a lot of different weird things. So, which he didn't consider weird, I guess. But anyhow, oh, you gave me a crying face, tears and stuff, and I was assuming you meant for those hunting clothes I had on. Yeah, but it's an experience, and if you go with men hunting, um, men and women don't belong together hunting. They just do not. They do not. There's some really crude things that men do that women ain't gonna put up with and don't like. So uh, I did that. I guess 3 seasons. I got all the hunting clothes, special hunting clothes, boots, guns, hats, the whole thing. I got all of it. And I'd go out, to my deer stand. And the funny part was, I couldn't, I mostly had a ground blind, and I would do a deer stand. To go up that deer stand, I had to put my coat over my head and not see anything and climb. If you took my coat off of my face, I would lose my legs. But for those of you that have a fear of heights, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, my alarm. Okay. Well, anyway, I was trying to explain to you why I was there hunting. You know, my husband was a heart patient and he couldn't lift anything. And there I was acting like a mule and destroyed my back. So that kind of ended it right there. That was the end of it. So anyway, I better go. My alarm's done went off and I'm ignoring it. Bye bye. See y'all again.